Hey, welcome to Keight Krafts. I'm Kate. Today I'm sharing with you my make for Scrap and Stamp's 3D birthday inspiration hop. Let's get started. So for today's make, I'm doing something a little bit different. So you see all these lines here that we've got? So this is going to be 8.5 length by 4.25 width kind of thing. So it's going to fold into an A2 size card. So we're going to fold there, we're going to fold there, we're going to fold here and cut that. So don't worry, if you need to screenshot this, go right ahead. And when you fold everything and put everything together, this is what it's going to look like. So we are going to go ahead and recreate this. So what I've done here is I've cut my normal panel down like I would as if I was making a regular card, and we are going to do a little bit of scoring and some cutting. So we've got our T-square ruler here. I'm going to mark myself off here at the 2-inch line, and then what my first score is going to be at 4.25 down to that 2-inch. And then once we have got that, we're going to shift that up to the bottom of that, and then we are going to go ahead and score at 1 inch once I get myself situated. And then we're going to bring that right up, and then we're going to score at the 2-inch mark. And then once we've done that, we are going to bring it all the way over and score at the 5.25 mark. So once we have all those done, we can go ahead and cut in the center. So you can see here where I've scored everything and where we're going to cut. So just to give myself a better visual, I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to mark where the 2-inch is, so that way I know where I'm going to be cutting and I can line everything up with my T-square ruler. So once we've got that done, you can kind of see where I'm going to be cutting, and we are going to go ahead and grab our craft knife, and very carefully we're going to cut between those 3 lines. So we go through the first fold and then bring it all the way down to that second fold. So we've got that little slot right there that'll allow us to fold. So we're going to fold up, we're going to fold up, we're going to fold in, and then we're going to fold up again, and then that way when we fold everything together you get this interesting little shape. So this is going to be the base for my 3D card. Now, I've never made a card quite like this, so this was quite the challenge for me. I thought about pulling out the platform pop-up, I thought about throwing in my hat for a couple of other ones, but we decided to go with this. So again, I've cut out some panels to go with those bits there, and if you needed to go back and pause that, that's cool too. I'm doing a very poor job at trying to explain all of this. As I said, this was my first time doing it, so it was a bit of a challenge. Anyway, so we've got some Distress Oxide here and a Hero Art stencil, and we're just going to go around and create 2 of our panels. Now, initially when I had done this, I had that little wood panel up at the top there to the right, and I didn't cut it long enough, so I ended up going with another piece of pattern paper just to save face for this. So while I'm assembling all this, I should probably tell you about today's hop. So each stop along the way will show you a new design to inspire you. As always, we will be giving away a $50 gift certificate to one lucky person who leaves a comment at each of the stops along the way. Every stop is another chance to win, so please share the love with each of the talented makers. Winner will be announced on the Scrap and Stamp blog at the end of the month. If you want to see the rest of the inspiration for this hop, feel free to look down in the description box below, and I will have links to everybody's makes so you can check them out. Anyway, so now that we've got that established, this is where I bring out that piece there. And I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to do. I thought I could salvage it by putting just part of it along the bottom as our base, but then I decided to just go with the flow and grab this scrap piece of wood grain cardstock. I believe this one was Lawn Fawn. And if you're curious about any of the things that I've used in today's project, I'll make sure to link them as well in the description box below to Scrap and Stamp. There are affiliate links at no cost to you, but if you do use them, I get a little bit of a kickback. So just a little food for thought. So now that we've got that on there, we're going to go ahead and trim off the little excess there on the back. And then I ended up taking it one step further and adding a couple of extra more, extra more panels to create the flooring, if you will, and then added a little bit of a brown marker to hide the white. So I'm taking, this is the couch from the winter window scene by Fawn, and I've gotten my use out of this couch, I tell you. It is my go-to when I need furniture. And I've kind of mixed and matched this with the Heffy Doodle Perfect Day stamps. I believe you could still get the stamps at the Scrap and Stamp store. Yeah, you can, but they don't have the dies, unfortunately. So this is something that you'll have to either fussy cut, or if you have a brother scan and cut, which I don't, I had the dies, so I was able to put this together that way, but I do love a good cat set, and I thought about using Perfectly Wicked, but I thought these cats would be perfect for, you know, this card, just because they were so cute and I like them. And yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and glue everybody together. So this little guy is gonna get his little toy fish. I don't know if you guys have cats, but I know anytime Nova gets a fun toy that she likes to hold it in her paws while she's on her back and kind of rabbit kick it. I don't know why cats do this, but it's the funniest thing to watch, and this little orange cat kind of reminded me of that when she plays with her little toys there. So we're going to add this guy to the back of the little cat tower, and we're going to add a little bit of glue. Now, you want to watch when you glue things on this card because you've got a lot of moving, not so much moving pieces, but you got a lot of pieces that fold every which way, and it's not your standard folding front card kind of thing. So, just to keep that in mind, I know I'd made a couple of mistakes with my glue when I was trying to glue some stuff down. Like here, I'm just adding a little bit of this tape right here, and I ended up putting glue over the edge of the little, I don't know what to call it, the little platform there, and I ended up having to wipe some of that off so it wouldn't stick to the rest of the project. So just bear that in mind. If you have anything hanging over the edges, like you can see the little cat ball that's hanging from the string is a little bit over, so I wiped some of that glue off. Just make sure that you don't have any glue where it overlaps into the gaps like that. Just a rule of thumb. So I saved that little middle piece that cut out and kind of created a little bit of a shadow with the markers that I used for this. And I'll try to remember to leave the markers that I used. No, I don't have them listed right in front of me, but I'll try to remember. If not, you color your cats however you want. And you can use any cats that you want for this card or any other fun, cute little shapes. This was just something that, I figured this would be a cute birthday card to send to somebody who really likes cats, I guess. But yeah, I think I would like to make some more like this because it's interesting. It's trying to figure out which way things fold and trying to get the right measurements. And I had to look at a lot of photos on Pinterest to get a better idea of how to make this card because these fun fold cards are a little foreign to me. As I've been around the block a few times, but the manual cut ones that you got to do yourself are a little tricky for me. If I can't cut it out with a die and assemble it, then sometimes I just don't want to do it. I guess a little too much extra work, but I think overall this one was kind of fun. It's like another level of a challenge. Once you get the idea of how everything is cut and scored and folded, then it's like, okay, this is great. Now what kind of scene do I build on it? I think that's where most of my challenge comes from is, you get this idea in your head, you see how you want the card to come together, but then it's building the scene on it or what are you going to put on it once you've got the idea of how to fold and score everything, but yeah, I don't know. Again, this was totally out of my comfort zone, and I'm really glad that I did it. It's sometimes you really got to push yourself to figure things out, and overall, I think it all came together really neat. So don't forget to try. Just try. That's all I can say is just make sure you try. Even if it doesn't turn out, at least you say you can try it, and that's what I did here. So I've got the Happy Birthday that I've heat embossed in some, I think that was copper wow embossing powder. You could use a rose gold, that would be really cute as well. Just finishing off the last little kitties here. Uh, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you don't know what to post on the comments to enter a chance to win, just a simple hi. You know that always does the job. So we're just in the home stretch here. I am slowly trying to remember which ones I glued down, which ones I didn't. I guess that's what happens when you have all these little bits and pieces. So if you guys have made it to the end, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support and watching my videos. Every little watch helps, every little like, every little comment helps put together this channel to keep me pushing forward. So here you have the 3D card that I created. I'm just going to sit here and kind of admire it a little bit, make sure that I got everything together. And, you know, it needs a little bit of a score here, a little bit of burnishing to keep that score bit kind of, you know what I mean. I've run out of words to say this far in the video. It's quite late. I'm quite tired. But yeah, guys, I forgot this little bit right here. We're going to snip him off and try very carefully not to wreck my project. So once I've got that little snipped off, then we're good to go. So you could easily just write on the back your sentiment. You could put it on the inside if you opened it up all the way. But this is what you have. This is what I've got, and thank you so much for coming by. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.